All right, y'all. Welcome back to the show once again, man. We got another special guest right here. For the people, real quick, you want to introduce yourself to the people and know what's your name?
Yes, sir, man. Got your boy ReeceDaBeast. You know what I'm saying? 30 Baby Entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, man, we about to get into some history real quick. So to start off, do you want to explain like, cause you grew up in Oakland, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what you grew up in like the 80s or the 90s?
Nah, I grew up in the
2000s?
in the 30s. In the
Oh no, yeah, like what year? Oh, yeah, no, what year? What year?
my boy. I'm born in '88. I'm an '88 baby. I live in the '80s, baby. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up in the '90s through the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? In Oakland, like for real. You know what I mean? But that far as music, early 2000s for sure.
Yeah. What do you mean though? Like as far as music, what differentiates? Oh, like I guess you got into music in the early 2000s, but you really,
It's around like I'll say around like 2002ish, 2003.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
That part too. What hood in Oakland did you grow up in, or like what part of Oakland did you grow up in?
I grew up in the 30s in East Oakland. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. But I also had a family in the deep. You know what I'm saying? So like, like my grandmother stayed on 88 Hillside and shit like that. And then that's on my mama's side of the family. And then on my pop side of the family, you know what I'm saying? They kind of stayed closer to the Dub, Fruitville, this area. You know what I'm saying? So that's like my you know what I'm saying? That's like my area right there.
Okay.
So the 30s, you know what I'm saying? I said the top of the street. Yeah, School Street.
Yeah. So you did get like kind of the best of both worlds type shit, right? Like you were able to grow up in the deep east and the east at the same time type shit.
Well, shitty thing about that was my mom, you know how breakup go. Parents might go their separate ways and stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? I ended up with my pops. And you know, I didn't really grow up with my mom's side of the family. So my mom's side of the family, kind of in the deep, you know what I mean? So like but I still had cousins that are still close with it. You know what I'm saying? Still close with it. Shit like that. But it's just, like sometimes, this is how a breakup go when parents, everybody split and go their own ways. Yeah. Ain't no different from like when like the grandma or something passed.
So what I want to understand is like in the 90s, it was a different era. So what do you remember from the 90s, like growing up in the 90s in Oakland? What do you remember from that era that you kind of like reminisce on that things aren't the same nowadays type shit, like they move differently because it is. So like, well, yeah, what's your biggest memory just from growing up out there in the 90s in East Oakland?
I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here and make it seem like, it was this a peaceful place, but it was like it was reckless though. It was for sure reckless. It was reckless in the town, maybe. And maybe it's because of technology, how, you know, like back then, it used to be like 1,000 niggas on every corner. Like damn near like on every spot. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be outside for real. You know what I'm saying? Getting to it. You know what I'm saying? Back then. But nowadays, with all these cameras and shit, you see motherfuckers outside like that. Hell no. But you know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers still here, but you don't see them just posted on corners like that. Not like how it was back then though.
Yeah. Why do you think that is? Mainly just because like the technology that's been coming out or social media?
That and gentrification for sure. Uh, back in like the I would say around like 2010ish, 2000 early. You know what I'm saying? It was hella easy for motherfuckers to get like a six, $700, $800 apartment in East Oakland or you know what I'm saying in the West or shit like that. Nowadays, them same apartments that was 1,600, 800. Nowadays, that shit like the rip the damn near 10x. You feel me? The rent did what Bitcoin did, motherfucking in 2020. They done ran a lot of motherfuckers up out of the town like that. Like just on that alone, you feel me? So a lot of motherfuckers is, spread out in different cities in the Bay Area and shit like that. They done got pushed into Antioch and Stockton and, you know what I'm saying, Sac and all that other type of shit. And You know, that's probably why a lot of the politics is what it is. Like right now, as far as, you know, some street shit, I guess on street culture, you know, a lot of these cities clicked up, man. Oh, this all type of shit. You know what I mean? They got this side or that side. And shit. Motherfuckers don't even be knowing what the fucking shit about. That be what's crazy. It's like I be feeling like motherfuckers just pick sides just based on, you know what I'm saying? Like not even really even knowing what the fuck going on or nothing. You know, you gotta stay up on that shit. I'm 36 years old. I done been in prison. I done been in, you know what I'm saying? I ain't glorifying it or nothing, but I mean, I can't be that much of a bad guy. I ain't even got no bullet holes in me or no stab wounds in me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I done survived on main lines. I done been in them prisons when shit was going up. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, like I said, I don't want to brag on that shit, but I know where I've been and I know where I'm trying to go. You know what I'm saying? And I know I ain't going back to no motherfucking crit. That. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd rather just bang it out with 5-0, just end it all right there. So it's gonna be like that. Cause I'm a 3-star candidate, bro. So it's like it's do or die, you feel me? So I'd rather just do. You know what I'm saying? But if I gotta die, then shit, shit, revolutionary suicide with this shit. Feel me? That's just what it is for me. I don't really like try to be, you know, negative or nothing like that. I just see the world for what it is, bro, and not what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Well, initially, when you first seen like the gentrification happening when you were like younger, back in like the 90s, early 2000s, I guess like around 2000, what was going through your mind? Were you expecting that to happen, or was that kind of unexpected, seeing like all the gentrification happening and Oakland just kind of changing?
Seeing it actually change, this is when I noticed it though, right? Because they always kind of talk about gentrification, like, you know, like what was in school and stuff, but you like, you don't understand what the fuck they don't teach you about. Granted, they started business in school, and that they teach you just a whole bunch of bullshit. But anyway, the gentrification, when I noticed it was when I went to prison. So I went to prison in 2018, right? In the same 2-bedroom apartment that I was paying, I think 1,200 for a 2-bedroom apartment on Harrison, on Grand and Harrison in downtown Oakland. That same spot when I came back on 5 years, 6 years later, you know what I'm saying, was 25. Damn near 3 vans. You feel me? So then I noticed it then. And then, like, when I came back home from prison and shit like that, I started, like, cause I told my parole officer straight up, look, I'm an artist, you know what I'm saying? I be needing to travel, artists and all that. So they kind of worked with me on that, you feel me? So I started hitting other states like Nevada, Arizona type shit. And I was seeing, I'm like, damn, I'm seeing how much they paying for a 2-bedroom, nice condo apartments type shit, like going to Vegas, you know what I'm saying, seeing how much them apartments was. And it was like, they paid what I was paid back 2010 right now, before the Coliseum came, you know what I'm saying? But then when the Coliseum came, the Vegas,
Oh yeah, the Vegas cost.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. When the Raiders moved to Vegas, that's when the rents started going up out there. But they kind of catching up though with the Bay Area. They catching up, but they ain't there. They ain't there yet. Like you can go to Vegas right now and go open a business up and fucking have a nice apartment. You know what I'm saying? But for what they paying out here in the Bay, in Frisco and shit like that, oh no, you ain't gonna be able to do that out here. You gotta re-station to another. You feel me?
Yeah, because it makes it towards, it's kind of like what's the point of opening some, or like moving out here to the Bay Area when you could just go to Vegas for cheaper type shit?
Right.
Well, why do you think people, I don't know, like, yeah, people still want to come to the Bay when it's more expensive type shit? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh,
there's more
you
opportunity.
know what it is, Shooter? All right. So all right. When I moved to Vegas, I was out there for like 4 years, right? And then you get homesick, cause there ain't no place like the Bay Area culture. You know what I'm saying? As far as, I mean, shit, just look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Now, I will say this: the only place that remind me of kind of like the Bay Area in the hyphy movement, the hyphy era type of, you know what I'm saying, is Detroit. And that's why, like, you know what I'm saying, like I got that song Snap Dog, you know what I'm saying? I got a record with Snap Dog, area codes, you know what I'm saying, that I'm gonna make that motherfucker hit the charts this year. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker finna be on billboards, you know what I'm saying, charts, all the shit. You know what I'm saying? So shit, you know, that motherfucker that song was a big record right there. But that's why I feel like, you know, like I fuck with Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't been there all that many times or nothing like that. How I ended up Detroit and shit, you know what I'm saying? I was basically driving trucks out of state. You know what I'm saying? Body trucks. And we're gonna get into that because now I wanna, you know, kind of like get an artist, a younger artist, and gang on you know, how they could make money without, you know, cause like in music, you ain't finna just come in and just, I mean, you know what I'm saying?